What makes a golf course great? Is it the surrounding beauty of the course? Is it the purity of the landscape? Or is it the architectural challenge that besets many of us golfers? Pebble Beach certainly falls into all these categories, but so do many others. From the Old Course, to Augusta, or Pine Valley. So then what makes it the greatest? What makes Pebble the greatest is the legacy. The lore from our heroes. Tom Watson's chip on 17. Tiger Woods' 7-iron on the 6. Jack Nicklaus's 1-iron on 17. These moments and so much more are a culmination of what we perceive Pebble to be. It is the greatest meeting between land and sea. 9 holes surround the coastline with stunning beauty. How often on a golf course do you just stop and look at what surrounds you? There is so much familiarity here. Never had I known a course so well without ever playing it. Every step I took will stay with me. For me, this is more than just a course vlog. This is my memento of Pebble Beach. I was extremely nervous as we teed off first hole. First hole is not the flashiest of holes, but I've been hyping this moment up in my head for hours leading up to this moment.
That works.
That was not the greatest of strikes,
Not the greatest way.
but we do find the fairway. I'm about 185 yards away. We kind of have to bend this around the tree here. And that is exactly what we do. Like most courses with fast greens, you want to be below the hole. But if this cup was the equator, I am at the North Pole. Much like Spyglass, these greens are very fast. So we have this tester back up the hill for par. Thought it'd be a lot quicker, but I left a little short. We would tap in for a bogey.
Get the shakes off.
We're trying to loosen up for this tee shot here on the second hole. This is a par 5. This was a bit of a duck hook, but I would come up short of these bunkers. So I'm laying up here with a pitching wedge, and that is a good old Shankoponymous. Yes, a lovely start to our round at Pebble.
I could punch it. I feel like I can keep it low enough. I got a 5 here. If I could just keep it.
You can hear my caddy's voice. He was not on board with this plan. He wanted me to play this more conservative, but I wanted to go out the hole here. And that is exactly what I did.
There you go.
Cocky Ken coming out in full force here. It's always good when you impress the caddy. But much like the first hole, we are left with a long putt. But this one had a little bit better speed to it.
Come on. Go in. Go in.
Oh. And if you saw there, it lipped the right edge of the cup. My caddy was impressed though. After 2 really bad shots, I come away with a par there on the second hole. Third hole, it doglegs to the left, so you definitely want to be more left than where my ball is heading.
Yeah.
I am in the rough here. That is a 5-iron from about 190. That was an excellent strike, but I pushed it out to the right just a hair. It would unfortunately catch a bunker. I have to say, my caddy, Jerry, he was so knowledgeable with the course and with the game itself. He has been caddying Pebble for 40 years. So Jerry gives me the line here, and it is up to me to put it in the cup.
Oh, how about this? Nice fork.
And that is exactly what we do.
Good teamwork there, guys. Good job. We're working together right now.
Glad it hit this.
I really do love having caddies. Maybe it's just me, but it feels like you're playing for another person and you want to play well for them. That is back-to-back pars, and we start the fourth with a great tee shot down the middle of the fairway. That is a gap wedge from about 100 yards. Kind of hit it a little fat, left it short, but would still give me a chance to putt at this. And here's another example of Pebble showing its teeth.
Play it flat, but die it at the hole. You gotta try to die it at the hole. Okay?
This is a very slippery putt, and at first I thought I was gonna make it.
Good try though, sir. Look at that ball. They're behind the hole. I don't know how it didn't go in.
Well, he told me to die it in, and I did not, so we would end that with a bogey. Fifth hole, this is 9-iron from about 140.
Come on, big bounce. Yeah. Ooh, he got the big bounce.
Yeah, you did. Middle of the green. Perfect.
A little backstory on this par 3. This hole was renovated in 1997 with the help of none other than the Golden Bear himself, Jack Nicklaus. It was more of an inland hole, but they were able to move the green closer to the ocean. I'm glad they did. It is a wonderful hole. We were able to par it. And we move on to the 6th hole, where we begin what I would say, outside of Amen Corner at Augusta, are the 3 greatest consecutive holes in golf. This was a really great strike, but unfortunately I drew it into the bunker. I would have to contend with this lip for this shot, so I'm playing it out further left than I would like. I do catch the top lip of the bunker, but we advance far enough to leave ourselves with a decent approach in. I am about 175 yards out. That is a 7-iron in hand. It comes out a little hot, but I hit it pure. And we get the thumbs up.
Nice.
All it takes is one good shot to get you back into it. We are now putting for birdie. And like every long putt I've had on this trip, I pull it left.
That's pretty good.
But we concede the par, and we will move on to the 7th hole. Playing only 85 yards and a downwind breeze. I unfortunately did not take into account the wind. That was the best strike I've had. It was tracking right towards the flag, and I come up 40 feet long. But the short game seems to be saving my ass early on in the round. Jerry doesn't even want me touching the putter there. That is a kick in for par. We move on to the 8th. My aim point is left of that White House, and it started that way, but it's ended up further right than I would have liked.
I think that's fine.
It was pretty much as far right as you can go, and as you can see, I am about 3 feet away from the edge of the cliff. I still don't know how Jordan Spieth was able to make decent contact with the ball, because all I could think about was not dying. Which is probably why I hooked this ball into the cliff.
Jordan Spieth's shot was right over
He was over there. Oh no.
Actually, right of the post.
Right of the post? Oh my
He was 6 inches from the edge.
Yeah, no. No, sir. Not hitting that shot. So I would have to take a drop from about 130 yards. That is a pitching wedge. Not the greatest of strikes. We come up short and right. This chip shot was less than desirable, and all of a sudden we are staring at triple bogey. Knew it right away they would come up short. And after playing the 6th and 7th so well, we end up tripling the 8th hole. 9th hole is a long par 4 at 463 yards.
Now he just really hit it hard, and it's 10 yards right of the 200 stake.
Who needs me? I'll let the caddy do all the talking. So unfortunately I find myself in this gnarly thick patch of grass. I could barely see the top of the ball, and that was inevitable. But we do advance it to the fairway. Unfortunately, I did not clip it as well as I would have liked. I left it short, which is the only positive outcome since I am below the hole. But we do have a long par putt here, and I hit that a little too firm. This is a tester of a bogey putt here. But my boy Jerry gave me a good read. We knocked that in for bogey, and I finished the front 9 poorly after starting the round on a solid note. I am 6 over 42 with that one big blemish being the triple bogey on the 8th. I was nervous in the beginning, but the short game has been saving me, as well as some great reads from my caddy. The back 9 will continue in the next video as we head away from the coastline. Much like the front, I had some great and not so great holes. That video will drop later this week, so please subscribe to the channel to get notified when it does. And I will see you on the 10th at Pebble Beach.